Have you ever thought about writing a song? Learn how from one of the Philippines' best songwriters in this episode. Hi, I'm Trixie Esguerra, and this is Good News Pilipinas TV. Today, our special guest is one of the founding members of the Philippines' premier vocal group, The Company. Meet multi-awarded hitmaker, singer-songwriter, music teacher, and producer, Moy Ortiz.
Mabuhay! Good afternoon, good
Mabuhay!
day, good evening, kung saan man kayo, wherever you are in the world. Trixie, ano ba yan? Nakaka-pressure yung intro mo. What an intro. Thank you for
Ako
being
kinikilig
generous.
that you're here with us. Moy,
Oh, thank you for having me.
first question, please tell us, what got you started in songwriting?
Expediency, sapilitan. In other words, no choice. Uh, 30 years ago, ang company, we were producing our debut album called Yun Na, Ivory Records. So I knocked on the doors of my composer friends in the industry. Humihingi po ako ng awitin sa kanila. Medyo may deadline ako and no one was submitting any song. So my late because she passed away. My record producer, Margot Gallardo, said, "Why don't you try and write a song?" Because up to that point, I was just a vocal arranger and I would write counter melodies for the backup vocals of the songs that I would record. So sabi niya, yung pagsusulat mo ng counter melody, in a way, parang composition na yan. So, sa pilitan po, dahil wala pang nagsasubmit ng kanta, I had to write and come up with the goods. And that opened a whole door and a portal. Yun, I discovered I could write and I could write songs 30
Ang
years ago.
galing. Hindi pala yun planado, but look where you are right now, what you've done for the world.
Salamat yun
Moy,
sa Diyos. Salamat yun sa Diyos.
tama. Last year, you launched an online on-demand songwriting workshop called Songwriting from a Songwriter. So please tell us more about that, and will you please share your top tip to young Filipinos who are, wanting to be songwriters also?
Thank you, Trixie. Thanks for bringing it up. During the first year of the pandemic, I self produced alongside my management company, Stages Talents. I self produced a video series called Songwriting from a Songwriter. These are 10 episodes of ways on how to discover your talent in songwriting. This is more really for beginners para hindi ma-intimidate ang mga iba dyan. This is not music theory heavy. Kahit wala kang alam sa music theory, it's really organic. So that's what I did. I wrote, I filmed, I produced, I edited it. And if anyone is interested, you can inquire on the Instagram channel and the Facebook channel of Stages Talents. It's a video on demand po. It's not a class na may oras na kailangan nandun ka. You can download per episode. So kung medyo kapos tayo sa budget, you can download one episode each. Tapos gagawin nyo yung assignment. And then the thing that's nice about my songwriting workshop is that all the students have access to me. Halimbawa, magbigay ako sa inyo ng assignment at may tanong kayo or gusto niyo ng mentorship sa assignment, I am just an email away at palagi kong sasagutin ang mga estudyante ko.
Wow, so that's perfect way. Kung kayo ay fan ni Moy Ortiz, ito na ang iyong pagkakataon. So meaning to say also, Moy, kahit sino pala pwede talaga magsulat.
Anyone, you don't have to be a music major, hindi mo kailangan maging an experienced songwriter.
Defton?
Actually, especially ngayon, Trixie, kung it's an exercise in creativity and
Mhm.
productivity, especially sa mga panahon ngayon. It's very very good, I must say, for your mental health. At saka hindi ka, dahil video on demand, it is learning at your at
Mm.
your own
Own
time. Hindi ka
time.
mape-pressure na, ay, kailangan ko nang i-submit ang
Oo
assignment
nga naman.
dahil, ayun na, yan, makikita na kami ni Moy. So, what all you do is learn at your own pace.
That's right. Maidagdag ko lang mo, no? Kasi in 2020, you also launched a music archiving project with your
Yes.
fellow OPM artists. So we're curious, how did you and your collaborators come up with the idea? And what does music archiving mean to you?
Okay. Ang sinasabi mo, you are referring to Trixie sa grupo namin, ang pangalan OPM Archive. Nandun po kami sa Instagram at sa Facebook. Ang mga partners ko dito ay si Ma'am Celeste Legaspi, Girly Rodis, Tats Manahan, Chevy Salvador, and Krina Kayabyab. I was invited into it. This is the idea, the main idea and concept of Celeste Legaspi and Tats Manahan. So I was invited into it. What is the reason for being for this OPM archive? It is to have a partner po pala namin ang Filipinas Heritage Library, which is a division of Ayala Museum. Ano yung layunin namin dito? We want to have a digital repository of anything OPM. Anything OPM, whether it's songs, mementos, manuscripts, trivia, tidbits. So lahat po yun mahahanap po nyo. We try to be as inclusive as
Mhm.
possible, pero alam mo naman, it's such a gargantuan task. So kahit pa unti-unti, nagko-contribute po kami dyan.
Correct. Kasi nga naman parang it's time na meron tayong ganito. So salamat sa inyo.
It's
And
like an
talking
OPM museum online.
Yes, exactly. Ang galing, di ba? Now, with that, I'm wondering what was the biggest challenge in archiving and preserving our musical heritage?
Biggest challenge is because the Filipinas Heritage Library, which is a division of the Ayala Museum, specifically informed us that they do not have the physical space to house, you know, everything, that all the submissions. Um, it is, so we don't have that physical space. So right now, what we're doing right now is to do it online first, kasi wala pa kaming lugar, wala pa kaming warehouse o bodega. The second one, if I'm being forthright, is having my colleagues in the OPM industry be excited and be willing to contribute to the archive. Sadly, there is not much enthusiasm amongst my peers to be involved in this. Maybe they still do not see the benefit of archiving pop culture, especially Filipino pop culture. But
Mhm.
I guess in time, they just need time and they just need to trust us that we will take good care of their heirlooms, their treasured OPM artifacts.
Thank you. I agree. Oo nga naman, napakatotoo niyan dalawang factors na iyong sinabi. And we pray and we hope and we are confident no, na more people will join you in the near future. Moy, if I may, no, so from your songwriting workshop and taking part in the Pinoy Pandemic Palabas musical last year, my God, we could tell that 2020 was a busy one for you. So we're wondering what's keeping you occupied these days and what's in store for 2022.
Okay, maraming salamat. Thanks for asking, Trixie. Sa awan ng Diyos, or maybe that's, nagpapasalamat ako sa Diyos because I was always inspired to create, whether it's songs or online TV specials, online musical specials. I work with a company since the pandemic happened. Naka-apat o tatlong musical specials na kami. Two on KTX. Last year was the Valentine presentation called Road Trip. And then this December, we did Christmas road trip. Pumunta kaming Baguio. We've been doing that, and we also worked on the company's 29th full-length album under Star Music Philippines. It's coming out in March. And on this Valentine season, wala man kaming concert dahil salamat sa Omicron. Wala kaming concert. Sa February 11 po, the company is sharing with the world two new singles. And that's on February 11 on all digital platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, everyone. So I think you'll like this new album by Star Music. We're very proud of it.
Wonderful.
It's called
February,
Gitna.
gitna. Uy,
Yes.
gitna. Bakit gitna?
Oh, thank you for asking. One song in the 11-track album is entitled Gitna. It was written by our student, our former
Mm.
student from Pinoy Dream Academy, Davy
Oh,
Langit, who is now the successful singer-songwriter. Yung title po Gitna. We chose the title Gitna because it's so ambiguous. It can mean many things to many people. But for me, I'd like to answer for me. For me, Gitna means centeredness. And that's one of the things na ituro ng pandemic na ito. The great pause of the pandemic, the quiet of the pandemic, everyone stopped their lives. So you get to assess and recalibrate what is essential, what is important, and what are your priorities. So
yes.
finding your center and
Yes.
finding your center is most important. So that's
True.
what Gitna means to me.
Thank you. And February 11 is when your show, or we will be watching your show, correct?
No,
Wonderful.
February 11 is the date wherein the two singles, yung patikim
Ah, okay.
namin sa album na Gitna, two singles from the new album will be
Be
dropping.
released.
So
Okay.
it's in the signature sound of company. So if you like Pakisabi na lang, Muntik na kitang minahal, Now That I Have You, Everlasting Love, it'll sound like that but done in
Oh,
a 21st century way.
thank you. Maraming salamat. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Moy Ortiz.
Salamat Trixie, salamat po.
Maraming salamat. Kaya sa ating mga ka-good news, kung gagawin mong kanta ang kwento ng buhay mo, ano kaya ang title nito? Comment below. Now na. Abangan ang aming mga susunod na episodes ng Filipino Pride Newsmaker. This is Trixie Esguerra for Good News Pilipinas TV.